What is going on, guys? Brad here from Grumpy Old Men, and I am over here in top performers for MLCW semi-final action here in the playoffs. Top performers taking on Chibe of Clan, and after a really great season, fell short in this one, guys. 85 to 86 was a real nail biter. But let me just say, top performers, man. What a great season by them, improving throughout, making a great name for themselves, and overcoming a lot of adversity to get to this point and making it this far. So really, it really was a great season. And GG to Tribe of Clan. You guys wore really great this war and during the season. And good luck to you guys as you make your way to the finals. Yeah, so let's just get to this war here. It was a nail biter. Let's just start off 9v9 action. They outperformed us for sure. Kind of a I'd say mediocre performance as far as 9v9 action. Had to dip a few times with 10s, more than we wanted, but still able to get some decent scouts in anyway for the 10s, for the 10v10 attempts. So it wasn't a huge factor, I would say, in this war. Both clans dipping perfectly, 11v10, and both clans able to get 3 out of the 4 of Town Hall 11s on the other side, down with Town Hall 10 attacks, so 2-star attacks there. So both clans getting 2 10v10 triples. Some really clutch. Both sides had a clutch 10v10 in the final minutes, actually. So it made it pretty exciting. And as you can see, as far as what the difference was, the one Town Hall 11 that they didn't 2-star with 10s, it was only 1-starred, and they went in late in the war with an 11v11 attempt, and they got it. So we were kind of like an attack or two ahead at that point until they got that, but that really set them up pretty nicely. It was still kind of in our hands, but they had a 10v10 success in the final minutes as well to put them over the top. So just falling a little bit short there. Top performers, but still a really, really great effort. Great planning and everything went into this. And yeah, taking a look at the war map here, taking a look at what we did to our side, we went for an 11v11 attempt in the final minutes on this base, kind of a 3-star attempt with a safety net to get the 2-star. So we were able to get the 2-star there, but it just didn't go as well as we wanted. We weren't able to get the 3, so that could have made the difference. It was very close on percentage as well. And then there's that one 10 we left not 3-starred, so ending up with the 85. And then they went in on a green machine there, got the triple, and cleared all of the 10s except abs. And so that gave them the 86 and the win. So that was about it, guys. Great season. And let's just get to some of the fun attacks our guys did this war and end it on a good note. Alright, guys, we are checking out iPhobia going in fresh on this base. And it was a ballsy attack, I will say that. Going in for the big push from the southeast, doing some baby dragon funneling at the start. Nice little touch there. And he's going to save a bunch of baby dragons as well for the second part of the raid. So gets a little bit of funneling there. So then he just kind of goes from the southeast right by this Grand Warden statue here. The risk, of course, is that going in, you can see there's a lot of these buildings here on the sides that can pull your troops to that side, but kind of takes the risk of like having the queen, relying on her to pick off 1 or 2 of these buildings, and then kind of getting at least some of the troops headed towards the core, taking that jump spell. And as you'll see what happens, ends up just smashing through here. So bowlers just going cray-cray, and the queen, there she goes behind. She veers, but these bowlers kind of focus on the middle because you got the hero aggro going on there, so we're kind of relying on that. And then the bowlers kind of veer off to the right, but then they jump back in. The hero bowlers, they target the town hall. Only a single target inferno is going to do damage to them, and they get it down just in time. And the queen is on the outside. Baby dragons for more percent. And check it out. Well, look at how much percent he gets here in the end, guys. 69%. What a hit that was, and a fresh one at that. Nice job to iPhobia. All right, taking a look at our boy Declan. going in for the 10v10. A Bow Witch in this base. And calculates if he comes in from, you got about 3, 4 o'clock here, going a Bow Witch from 3 to 12 here, obviously. He can jump, get access to pretty much what he needs to around the core, and then rely, of course, on the Witches and Boulders on the outside to get these outer defenses, while the main squad in the core takes care of all the accessible defenses there. So here we go. Nice start. Witch is working on that Town Hall, but they'll get through it eventually. Nice, huge group of boulders going in there. Nice early poison. And they will eventually ignite. That's a really good funnel there. A good spread of troops. And that big group of boulders going in towards the center. And he's got the witches working on the outside, of course, which is what you want. You also want them to not die to any wizard towers or anything. So nice rage there in the core. They're going to get through all this. Continue on. Queen taking out things left and right. Now he's got pretty much the core cleared out as far as the defenses that are not accessible from the outside. So at this point, right here, he's got the Witches and Boulders going to rely on them to go around the outside, take care of the rest of this. Queen isn't going to take any damage right here because she's out of range. So she's just going to hit a couple walls. She's going to hit every wall she can, basically. As different buildings go down, she starts targeting different things and making different decisions. But finally, she will eventually get through there. Let's speed it up. Got the Skellies working on the outside. So good fundamental attack there to give himself a chance of success, which he does get here. Queen still has her ability, able to hang on to that, but didn't even need it. Gets her done. Nice job, Declan. All right, let's take a look at Puck going in for the 10v10. This was a huge hit late in the war. Despite the result of the final outcome of the war, this still was a huge hit and a great one by Puck. Getting this done for us, making the war very, very close in the end. So, kind of standard Bow Witch stuff here. Just gonna, there's that double jump. Once they get into that center compartment, he's gonna want to take out, of course, those high hit point expos, that Inferno. That could get him, get his queen and whatnot, and then rely, of course, on the Witches and Boulders on the outside. Not too much splash damage threat, except on this side. But as you'll see, King out in front. Didn't know if he meant that, but Queen at least is in the center. So that final rage going down, getting the majority of those boulders raged up all in there in the core. And take out those expos, and then that Queen is just working behind them still staying alive, able to snipe that in single Inferno, so she doesn't get in too much danger from that. And now it's just the waiting game, praying that the witches stay alive. So Queen beaten through the wall, and now that she's through the wall, she will have access to pretty much everything else. She's going to help out here. Get these final few defenses down. Plenty of witches up. Man, tons of witches survive this thing. So good choice as far as the attack. There's that Queen coming in range of those final few point defenses. So goes ahead and pops the ability. Only one cannon really threatening, but so many witches. So many witches left over. I'm going to speed through the end to this thing. Great job. Clutch attack there by Puck. Very nice, man. Very nice. All right, we are taking a look at Alexa J. Pretty cool attack here. Really like this one. Kind of a P.E.K.K.A. charge, if you will. He's going to have 4 healers going on with this P.E.K.K.A., and he's going to, you can see he can funnel really easily here at the beginning, so he's going to just take advantage of that and then kind of dive right in, giving his P.E.K.K.A.s no choice on where to go, which of course you really want to do with P.E.K.K.A.s because, you know, they're pesky. Pesky guys, those P.E.K.K.A.s. You got to tame them. So there we go. He's got 3 P.E.K.K.A.s under the healers there, and they're going to work through that wall pretty quickly. They have no choice but to go into this compartment. He's got the heroes going in right behind them, actually just right with the P.E.K.K.A.s. They're going to get the benefit of that heal spell as well. And then, hey, what do you know? As luck would have it, a P.E.K.K.A. in the CC comes out. So P.E.K.K.A. on P.E.K.K.A. action. You don't get to see that too much in this day and age in Clash of Clans, so I thought that was cool. So here we go. Healers continue to stay on all those troops that are taking damage, which includes the P.E.K.K.A.s. I don't think a P.E.K.K.A. has died yet, and they are just working on through it. And the Queen just kind of hangs out behind and just picks off these buildings that the P.E.K.K.A.s don't want to hit. So they are just busting through walls, King's at full health. All the P.E.K.K.A.s are at full health here, and they're just running through stuff. And there's some backhand hogs to get the rest of this, and he's got a heal for them. Actually, 2 heals. And you know, if the hogs got in trouble, you could have even used the heal on the P.E.K.K.A., but didn't even need to. This P.E.K.K.A.s are just mowing through the base. Couple hogs died of that spring trap, but still. He sandwiched this thing in here. He's still got the heal. There's that final heal. He's going to use it on that Tesla farm. Those P.E.K.K.A.s are just going to work through the walls. A couple of them, of course, go on the outside of the base, which always happens in P.E.K.K.A. raids. But hey, they have done the damage they need to do. Crushing this base. P.E.K.K.A. power. Power to the P.E.K.K.A. Great job to Alexa there. Really enjoyed that attack. Awesome job. Alright, we're going to check out a SubZero next. Got a dragon attack here, but first, he's going to start the queen walk, but as that's starting, he's going to zap quake this AD that is away from these other 3 here, and wants to just get these other 3 with the queen walk. Going to zap quake the 4th, and they'll have all 4 air defenses down. That is the plan, and then he can kind of set himself up for a nice dragon attack, as he will clear out a big old section of this base. So there's 1 air defense down, there's 2, and there is 3, and there's the 4th one going down to the Zapquake. He just has to get this queen walk kind of developed here. Make sure to take out the CC without dying, which is which he does. Good thing he popped the ability there. It does get in a little bit of trouble there taking that damage, but another good move here that I really liked. Starting the dragons early rather than late, because you know how they can be a little bit slow. So Queen will unfortunately go down here. The sweeper was blowing those healers away too much for that Queen to stay alive, so obviously wasn't completely part of the plan. However, the Dragon Force is strong with this one, so the healers actually go ahead and say, well, we can't target and help out anything else except the king over here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep the king alive, help him clean up what the dragons can't. There's that final rage going down on those dragons. They will aggro onto the queen. They got down the most of the threat at this point, and a couple of them on the outside of the base. But they will eventually converge here. That king, thank God that king is helping out, because there's a lot of trash to clear out on the outside here. Good spread on the dragons, enough so that they target the key defenses that they need to. Those archer towers, of course. And you can see what's going to happen here in the end. He still has 4 dragons up. King at full health, helping out. Great attack there by SubZero. We will speed it on to the end. Awesome job, man.